to our children. I'm Dhamma Bum, and I'll be your guide for today's guided meditation. We do guided meditations so that people can get some practice with meditation, and hopefully they'll be able to meditate independently. We're not trying to chase you off, but meditation improves best when it's practiced most frequently. So we would encourage people to do that. Fridays, we look at making amends, repairing our relationships, and restoring our practice where it may have fallen off. And we are also, there will be closed captions. Those will be coming up probably not until tomorrow, but they'll be on eventually. And just a reminder, meditation has two phases. The first phase is Samatha, which is serenity, and the second phase is Panna, which is wisdom. Some people say Vipassana. And so, on my mark. Please find yourself in a quiet spot, spine straight, shoulders back. Lower your chin towards your chest. Rest your hands in your lap or on your thighs or on your knees. Close your eyes gently, close your mouth. And imagine a ball of white light, an inch or two, 3 to 5 centimeters beneath your nostrils. Inhale through your nose. Watch it go down past your heart to your stomach and back out the same way. Inhale in through your nose. Watch it go down past your heart to your stomach and back out the same way. When outside thoughts intrude, just brush them aside calmly, thinking to yourself, no, that's not my business. I'm focused on my breath as I breathe in through my nose. Watch the light go down past my heart to my stomach and back out the same way. Just smooth, natural breaths. Don't worry about speed. Don't worry about how fast or slow it is. How deep you breathe. Just breathe natural breaths for yourself. In through your nose. Watch it go down past your heart to your stomach and back out the same way. Fridays, we look at making amends, repairing our relationships, and restoring our practice. And as usual, on Fridays, we start with the Dhammapada, verses 3 through 6. 3. He abused me, attacked me, defeated me, robbed me. For someone hostile like this, hatred does not end. He abused me, attacked me, defeated me, robbed me. For someone not hostile like this, hatred ends. For hatred never ends through hatred. By non-hate alone does it end. This is an ancient truth. 6. Many do not realize we here must die. For those who realize this, quarrels end. So we learn that the thoughts we hold in mind lead to our moods, our delusions, our obsessions. If we wake up in the morning and our first thought is anger and hate towards the duck-billed schmoes, and then we stay angry all day and we go to bed angry, well, then we have chosen to be angry. We turn into angry, hateful trolls, obsessed with these outside issues, and we lose all touch with what is beautiful in our life. And this is why we meditate. We meditate to help us calm our mind and tame our heart. We can choose joy. Today we're going to look at attitude adjustment and how that can help us with the 4 C's, being copacetic, which includes being calm, collected, and contented. We meditate to let things go. If we let go a little, we get a little serenity. If we let go a lot, we get a lot of serenity. And if we let go completely, we find complete serenity. I need to talk with you about the human condition and the 5 khandhas, which means aggregates or heaps. There are 5 things that make up the human condition, and they are body, feelings, memories and perceptions, thoughts, and consciousness. They are all impermanent, unsatisfactory, and not the self. Look at them, see them for what they are, and let them go. I want you to join me in a thought experiment. In your mind's eye, see yourself rising above and looking down at your head, at your skull. And on the right, you will see the monkey mind flicking from mood to mood, changing colors, sometimes red, sometimes black, sometimes blue or pink, never holding still for long. And on the left, we see our thoughts. And our thoughts are like self-licking ice cream cones. They just give themselves something to do in the morning. They suck up to our moods, the mood of our mind, and these are also things that are impermanent, unsatisfactory, and not the self. Look at them, see them for what they are, and let them go. As meditators, we have 3 duties. First is mindfulness. We pay attention to what we are doing as we sit in meditation. In this group, we look at the light as it goes in through our nose, down past our heart to our stomach, and back out the same way. We also focus on the Dhamma talk, not to get lost in it, but to let it wash over us. Concentration is another word for collectedness. And when we are collected, when we are concentrating, if outside thoughts intrude, we brush them aside, thinking, no, that's not my business. I'm focused on my breathing. And the last is our contentment. We have a duty to be content now. We're not content tomorrow or next week or in the next room. We are content now, or we are not content. We are angry now, or we are not angry. Our attitude, our mood, our way of interacting with the world is up to us. So we need to be mindful. And if you can be mindful for a few seconds in today's meditation, then you can be mindful for a few minutes. If you can be mindful for a few minutes, you can put that together throughout the day, and you stitch up these mindful moments, and wow, you look up and see the clock, and you've been calm and quiet and collected without angry, resentful, or fearful thoughts for a number of hours. You go, wow, how'd that happen? That's the question that we try to explore in our meditation. Now, Monday we did the 4 C's, how to be copacetic, that is calm, collected, and contented. Today we will look at attitude adjustment. I'd like you to look with cool eyes. Don't get attached to your thoughts. Look at the thoughts, see them for what they are, and let them go. And here are 4 questions we can ask ourselves as we reflect on our last week. First, when I think of my dysfunctional interactions with people, am I minimizing my part and exaggerating theirs? Second, did I set myself up as a victim? Did I have a sense of entitlement? Did I form expectations for what would happen? And then when it doesn't happen, I'm angry. Third, was I expecting people to be something they are not? Maybe. And fourth, was I expecting perfection? Our expectations are resentments under construction, and they always lead to unhappiness. Now, adjusting our attitude is one way we can stay copacetic. And I want to look at 3 things: 2 dogs angle of approach, and shrines. Last week, or maybe the week before, we talked about the fact that within each of us there are two dogs. There's a big fluffy dog that's so happy to see us when we go home, and he brings us a ball, and we, oh, who's the good boy, who's the good boy? And he loves us no matter what we're doing, and he makes us feel like $1,000,000. But out in the back yard, chained to a big iron stake driven into the hard ground, is a junkyard dog. And he's growling and snapping, and he'll tear the flesh off of anyone crazy enough to go back and mess with him. And if we find ourselves miserable and fighting with people every day, we're feeding the wrong dog. That's up to us. At least we know who to talk to about cutting off his feed. So how do we change our attitude? In aviation, attitude means angle of approach. There's a big gauge on the front of the, in the cockpit that shows the angle of approach. And we get so used to seeing the world in set ways. We just come at it from one direction over and over and over. And we do that so long that we become spiritually catatonic. We're just paralyzed by our past experiences, and we are inflexible. So what we need to do is regularly take stock of our resentments, our fears, the harms that we have done to other people, because it forces us to look at ourselves from a new point of view, to take a new approach. And if we do that, it will change the results we get in our life. Unfortunately, not only do I refuse to accept life on life's terms, I do the opposite. I build big shrines in our front yard to all the things I don't like, all of my grievances, and they're huge. And I burn incense and I dance around it, and I hang garlands of flowers on my big shrine, and I call people up and I go, ooh, come and see this thing. I don't like this thing. And sometime during all the brouhaha, I'll hear myself saying, I wonder why it doesn't go away. Why indeed? It doesn't go away because I've made a fetish of it. I summon into my life the things that I don't like. Last week we talked about aversion. Not wanting to see something is just as powerful an addiction as wanting to see something. If I don't want to see duck-billed schmoes, and I make that the center of my life, that takes me in a very difficult direction. So how about this? How about instead of summoning these things into our life by paying attention to them, how about we let them go? Look at them, study them from afar, see them for what they are, and let them go. Now, we must be vigilant about our attitude. Dhammapada 292, the toxins multiply for the insolent, and the negligent who reject what they should do and do instead what they should not. But the toxins come to an end for those who are mindful and alert, who are constantly well engaged with mindfulness of the body, who don't resort to what they should not do, but persist in doing what they should. And the best way to do that, the best guard we have found to a toxic attitude, is to always be mindful of the divine spark in others. We should be paying attention to the spark of God within the people we encounter. And if we do that, if we treat them like they are holy, then we will not resort to all of those defiled attitudes and actions that we might do otherwise. So, whether in meditation or in considering our week, if a particularly strong thought intrudes on us, just imagine an old-fashioned telephone switchboard and reach up, find the cord, and unplug it. Return our attention to our breathing. And if the thought comes back on another line, we unplug that one too. All we need to do is be present right now. And if we can do that, we'll be okay. So this week, as we go through our week, if you find yourself feeling restless, irritable, or discontent, please take a breath, go into the next room, close the door and sit down. Put your earphones in and imagine a ball of light an inch or two below your nostrils. Breathe in through your nose. Watch the light go down past your heart to your stomach. And breathe out the same way. Namaste. Okay. Thank you very much for coming. And our next meditation will be Monday morning at 8:45 a.m. Japan time. And on our Monday meditation, we look at preparing for the coming week. And on Friday, we look back on how we did. And thank you for coming, and see you again soon. Namaste.